Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naz and I'm hoping you are doing well. So in today's topic I want to talk about sleep paralysis. For those who don't know exactly what is sleep paralysis, and according to Google's definition, sleep paralysis is a temporary inability to move or speak that occurs when you're waking up or falling asleep. So for those people who have already experienced sleep paralysis, know exactly what I'm talking about. The situation is really scary. It's really frightening. Imagine a case you're sleeping but you're consciously awake. You're trying to move your muscles but you couldn't. You're trying to talk but no words is coming out. You're so frightened, and most of the time people fall into panic mode, and which worsens the situation. And with that, I want to share with you my first time experiencing sleep paralysis.
I remember it was a night just like any other night. I was sleeping in my usual position, which is with my back. Then suddenly, I heard footsteps. There was pretty much left into imagination, since my room was dark, with little to no light creeping in from the window a few meters away from me. I heard footsteps again. But this time, I opened my eyes and I saw a dark figure, which at first I thought it was my mom coming to check on me. The dark figure started walking towards me, and I rather felt some sort of negative energy. Then straight away, I blew to 100, panic mode. I was trying to call my mom. I was like, but then I couldn't move a muscle. I was stuck. It was like my whole body was paralyzed. The only thing I could do was move my eyes. The entity stood next to my bed. I could hear my heart beat so fast and so loud. I was helpless, desperate, and creeped the hell out of my soul. For a moment I started asking myself, am I dead? Am I dead? The more I tried to move my body, the more overwhelmed it felt. It felt like the entity was feeding on my fear. It was scary and the worst horror movie in real life. It felt like it went on for ages. I was begging for my dear life. It just stood there watching me. I started praying and I was calling on Jesus. And with no time, I felt like something just let go of me. Like a sudden pressure was lifted from me. I came back to my body and I could move again. The first thing I said is, thank you, Jesus.
So the next morning I went to my mom. I approached her and asked her like what was she doing in our room at that time of the night. And then surprisingly she told me that it wasn't her, that she just brushed it off like I was dreaming and stuff. But in the back of my mind I was like, no, that wasn't a dream. It felt so real, and I know what I'm saying, but if I try to explain to people, they'll think I'm crazy. So I just like brush it off and I just let it go. I said, okay, whatever. So the next time I had sleep paralysis, after that I had quite often, and the more I had it, the more I can say experience. I don't want to say experienced, but I knew how to get out of it very quickly compared to the first time I had it. So I don't know how you're going to take this sleep paralysis case, whether in the spirituality or scientific, because in scientific way, it's normally the brain that releases a certain chemical which temporarily paralyze our bodies so that we don't act out on our dreams. You know, sometimes you do dream that you're running, so imagine if you're sleeping and then you start running. It's not nice, right? Or maybe you're fighting, maybe you start kicking the person you were sleeping next to. That's why our body releases that certain chemical. Or in spirituality, normally we do live in a third dimension where we have entities, we have spiritual entities which are living amongst us, and spirits are all over us. and they're everywhere. So for me personally, I feel like sleeping paralysis in some way or another, it's connected to spirituality. I don't know.